All right, let's talk about car warranties. You know, that booklet that's probably buried in your glove box somewhere. It can feel super complex, almost like the engine it's supposed to cover. You hope you never need it, but when you do, you really need to understand it. So, we're going to break it all down and make it simple.
You know that feeling? That little orange light pops on and your stomach just drops? Your first thought is, am I covered? And your very next thought is, how much is this going to cost me? It's that moment of dread every single car owner goes through, and the answer is all in that warranty.
You know, it's best to think of your warranty like a financial shield. It's supposed to protect you from those huge, scary repair bills. But, and this is a big but, it's not some magic force field that blocks every single cost. It's got some holes in it, some very specific limits, and knowing where those holes are is the key to not getting blindsided by a bill you weren't expecting.
So let's get right into it and decode what a car warranty actually is. It's really easy to think it's just a free-for-all, all-you-can-fix buffet for your car. But no, in reality, it's a very specific contract with its own set of rules. Here's the most important definition you need to know. A warranty is basically the car maker's promise to you that they'll fix parts that broke because they didn't make them right in the first place. That's the key word you gotta remember. It covers defects, not everything that just gets old and wears out.
Now, this brings us to the two main flavors of warranties, and the difference between them is absolutely critical. First, you've got bumper-to-bumper. Think of this as an exclusive warranty. It covers pretty much everything except for a short list of things. So its default answer is yes. Then you have the powertrain warranty. This one is inclusive. It covers only a specific list of parts, like the engine, the transmission. Its default answer is no unless the part is specifically named on the list. Getting that difference is everything.
And here's a fantastic little rule of thumb to help you remember what's usually in a powertrain warranty. We're talking about the big, heavy, mechanical parts that are internally lubricated, your engine, your transmission. So if you're ever wondering, just ask yourself, does it have oil in it? It's not a perfect rule, but it is a really, really good place to start.
Okay, now for the part that trips everyone up. Let's dive into the fine print, because what a warranty doesn't cover is exactly where those big, expensive surprises are usually hiding.
And here it is, the big one. The number one exclusion is just normal wear and tear. A warranty is not a maintenance plan, plain and simple. Parts that are literally designed to wear out over time, well, that's on you. The manufacturer fully expects them to wear down and need replacing. That's just part of owning a car.
So what are we talking about here? Well, here are the usual suspects. Your brake pads, your tires, windshield wipers, clutch discs. These are all considered consumables. They just get used up over time. It's not a defect in how they were made, it's just physics. You're expected to budget for and replace these things yourself. Tires are the absolute perfect example of this. The rubber tread wears down because it's rubbing against the road. I mean, that's its job, right? So a warranty isn't going to buy you new tires just because you've driven 50,000 miles. Now, if a tire falls apart way too early because of a flaw in how it was made, that's a completely different story, and that might be covered.
And the list of things that aren't covered keeps going. Your warranty is not the same as your car insurance, so it won't cover stuff like accidents or theft. If you use your car in a way it wasn't really built for, like taking it to the racetrack or off-roading, that's a no-go too. And crucially, it doesn't cover the maintenance itself, like oil changes. In fact, if you skip that maintenance, you could actually void your warranty.
Okay, so we know the limits. Now let's talk about how you can actually take control of this situation and protect your rights as a car owner.
All right, here's a huge one. This might be one of the biggest and most expensive myths in the car world. So many people think they're locked into using the dealership for every single oil change and tune-up, or they'll lose their warranty. But is that really true? Well, the answer is a big, resounding no. And you can thank this really important piece of consumer protection law for that. The Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act basically says a car company can't just void your warranty because you went to your local mechanic or use a non-dealership part. The burden of proof is on them. They have to prove that the specific part you used is the direct cause of the failure you're trying to get fixed.
So how do you make sure you're protected? It's actually pretty simple. There are just 3 things. 1. Follow the maintenance schedule in your owner's manual to the letter. 2. Make sure any parts or fluids you use meet the manufacturer's specs. It doesn't have to be their brand, but it has to be the right stuff. And 3, and this is probably the most important, keep every single receipt. Your paperwork is your absolute best defense if there's ever a dispute.
But what about when that factory warranty ends? Or what if you're buying a used car that doesn't have one? Let's take a look at life after the factory.
If you're buying a used car from a dealer, you'll see this sticker in the window.
And that little as-is checkbox is one of the most important checkboxes you'll ever see. It means exactly what it sounds like. The second you drive that car off the lot, you are responsible for 100% of any repairs that come up, period.
And this is where you start hearing about extended warranties. But here's a really key detail. They aren't technically warranties at all. They're actually vehicle service contracts, or VSCs. It's basically an insurance policy you buy to cover certain repairs. They can vary like crazy in what they cover, they almost always have a deductible, and you really need to read the fine print carefully.
And man, you have got to be careful here. Those your car's warranty is about to expire robocalls have been one of the biggest phone scams out there for years. The rule is super simple. If a company calls you out of the blue trying to sell you a plan, just hang up. Reputable companies don't do that. Don't fall for the high-pressure sales tactics or a famous face on a commercial. All that matters is what's in the actual contract.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. So let's boil all of this down to the absolute essentials, the key takeaways that will make you a truly empowered car owner.
If you don't remember anything else, please remember this. 1. Read the actual contract. 2. Keep great records of all your service. 3. Know your rights under federal law. These 3 things put you firmly in the driver's seat.
So here it is, your final cheat sheet. A warranty is for factory defects, not for maintenance. Keeping up with maintenance is your job. The law protects your right to choose your own mechanic. Your receipts are your best friend, and be extremely skeptical of anyone trying to sell you an extended plan.
So at the end of the day, your warranty isn't just some piece of paper. It's a tool, and now you know exactly how to use it. So my question for you is, now that you're an expert, what's the first thing you're going to look up in your own car's warranty booklet after this? The power is officially in your hands.